Hi, my name is Andrew, and today we're doing a DIY install and first impression review of the bug wall for van life. So we can go from this to this. This summer I bought my first Ford Transit for van life, and being able to open up the cargo door was amazing for airflow, but not so much for letting mosquitoes and black flies in. So I reached out to Dutch at the bug wall for a screen to test, partially because I liked that it was family owned and made in the USA with rugged marine canvas and no CM netting, but also because the install seemed pretty simple and straightforward. FYI, I put links down below to all the tools that I'm going to be using in this video, as well as written step-by-step instructions, and the official bug wall guide where you can see the screen installed in real time. With that said, let's get buggy, or I guess in this case, unbuggy. For starters, I gently pulled down the rubber edging on the sliding cargo door of my Ford Transit, cleaned the metal with rubbing alcohol, bent the included sticky tape in half around the front and back of the door opening, and then peeled off the protective layer. After that, I used a metal clamp at the top center to hold the bug wall screen in place, so I could check that it was horizontally centered, and that it hung down long enough to just barely graze the top of the cargo door step. Once I was happy with the placement, I added 2 more clamps in the upper left and right corners, and then started adding the thick holding clips as I went, pinching the screen around the metal with my fingers, pushing them on with a block of wood, and then stepping back occasionally to make sure the screen was still where I wanted it, and that it was snug but not tight so the magnets would catch properly. Pro tip, in tight areas I found it helpful to gently tap the clips with a hammer. With all the clips on tight, I started working the rubber edging back in place, making sure to squeeze each section together before pushing it onto the screen, which created a stronger hold. Generally the rubber went on with no problems, but the upper corners did take some extra force, and I had to twist the edging inwards at the bottom right to get it through the small gap between the plastic step and the rubber wall, as well as work it backwards to even out a kink that it had developed. Lastly, I trimmed off some excess screen material so that the cargo door could open and shut, but I didn't go all the way to the rubber for the time being, since I wanted to leave a little wiggle room in case I decided to adjust the fit down the road. What do you guys think? I feel like it turned out really well. Let's take a look at the inside. So you just go through the flap here. It's magnetic, so there's no zippers or anything. Honestly, installing the bug wall was the most rewarding part of my van build up to this point, because I got to start using it right away, and it was kind of addictive diving in and out through the magnetic strips. Still, I noticed the magnets had a habit of catching on the metal doorstep, so I developed this technique of bringing the edges together behind me as I moved through, which I mastered after a few test runs. Also, the bug wall screen let in a lot more sunlight than my tinted cargo window, and the breeze cooled my van down by at least 10 degrees. The other thing you can do, like in winter when you're not going to use the screen at all, is you can actually unzip it. So there you go. You just put it in storage, and then you have a nice clean outline here. And same thing for putting it on. You just zip it back together, and you can unbuckle from the front if you want to put the screen back down. And then just zip both sides. And you're back in business. Pro tip, I noticed that on the bottom right corner there's a zipper, and it can kind of make noise and rub on the bottom, so what I did is just took it up a little bit so that it wasn't touching anymore, and then it's fine. No sound, no scrape. Overall, installing the bug wall takes a little bit of time and effort, but being able to leave your van wide open without letting in unwanted guests is totally worth it. At this point, I've only spent a few days using the screen, so I'm gonna keep testing over the next month to see how it performs in different conditions, and I'll let you guys know how that goes in my long-term review. But if you'd like to support the channel, you can shop the referral links down below, check out my DIY van build playlist to see more install videos, or watch my day 1 video to see what it's like moving into a Ford Transit for the first time. Finally, if you have a question about the bug wall or about van life in general, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Peace.